good, everybody? Corbino here, and we're doing a continuation from last week's video. Last week we did the top 8 worst changes to The Walking Dead. This week we got the top 8 best changes to The Walking Dead. I may seem a little bit hyper and excited. It's because some good things are going on in outside life. And if things continue the way, we'll talk about them later. Let's get started. Where are we at? Top 8 best changes. Number 8, new/fixed characters. We are going to talk about other characters on this list. So, I mean, number 8 is kind of a cheat because a lot of these listings have things to do. I think they all have things to do with characters. But number 8, we're going to just say it, new and fixed characters. We get new characters like Enid, Noah, Beth, Merle, Daryl. We get fixed characters like Carol, who else has gotten fixed? Other characters that I'll talk about got fixed. They introduced us to cool new characters original to the show. Let me see, anyone on here that was cool and fixed? I mean, these are all cool characters, but all of them are comic original except for Daryl. Alright, number 7, Simon. Loved him as Negan's right-hand man. And then him, betraying him, but still being evil. He was such an awesome antagonist. I loved having him. Him going and killing the garbage people, so fucked up. He was such a crazy villain. His relationship with Gregory and the Hilltop, he was a cool guy, and not a cool guy, but I liked seeing him. He was a good villain, and I think his addition to the show was a great idea. He was only there all of Season 8 and the Season 7 finale, I believe, but it was plenty of time with him, and it was great. Not the Season 6 finale, never mind. So he's there 2 seasons. Good for you, Simon. Good for you. Number 6 is introducing more Kingdom characters. Now, the citizens of the Kingdom in the comics, we don't know any of them. When we first get to the Kingdom, we know Ezekiel, Shiva, and Richard. I'm not exaggerating. I'm 99% sure that's all we got introduced to. And then in the I'm thinking Marvel, and then in the all-new beginning, when it's been 2 years since the All-Out War, Richard and Shiva have been dead, we still have Ezekiel, we get a black and a white guy, and I don't remember their names. That's how unforgettable they are. Or that's how forgettable they are. One of them is the new leader of the kingdom since Ezekiel died, and another one is trying to go against him. And I don't really even remember what came of that because it was such a minor story. And that's it. That's 2 characters, a tiger, and then 2 more people. That's 5. I can't think of any more. Please, I'm not joking. Tell me, tweet me, whatever. Let me know if you know any other Kingdom citizens from the comic. But in the show, you get Jerry, you get Richard, you get Benjamin, you get Henry, you get that girl that Jerry is now dating in Season 9 that's appeared a lot. I don't know her name. You've seen multiple characters just regulars that you see a lot. But right there, we got Ezekiel, Shiva, Richard, Jerry, that girl Jerry's dating, Henry, freaking Benjamin. That's 7 at least right there. And then there's a few, recurring characters that we definitely know. So that's 7. And then also because Carol and Morgan spend a lot of time there, they're basically citizens there, and it becomes 9. While in the comics, it's none at all. Number 5 is the Douglas and Regina sex swap. Douglas became Deanna, and Regina became Reg. Regina was a straight bitch. I don't even remember. I just remember meeting her once or twice in the comics before she died, and she was a bitch. I didn't give a shit. I wasn't woohoo, she's dead, but I didn't care that she was dead. Reg, when he died, I was holy shit, that was a good man right there. A real good man. Good father, good, co-leader, and a good husband. And now he's dead. Fuck you, Pete. Deanna? I like Douglas, and I was a little sad that he died in the comics, but Deanna was a badass woman. She was a fucking leader. She went up against Rick Grimes, did not give a shit. She was an amazing mother, amazing wife, and amazing leader. Without her, Alexandria wouldn't have been here. And I know Rick's like, you people are gonna die. But yeah, if they went to the outside world, they would have. But like, that community would have went down without Deanna. And they were amazing. And when she died, I was sad too. They were an amazing couple, and they changed them for the better. Number 4 is Abraham and Glenn dying together. I was a little upset that Abraham didn't die, just because his death in the comics, I think, was a perfect death for him. And him and, like, the entire episode where leading up to Denise's death, basically, like, it was showing that Abraham was gonna die. Like, the entire episode, I was nervous. I think I might have been watching that one with Kevin, maybe. Anyways, I remember thinking the whole time, like, oh my god, Abraham's gonna die. Abraham's gonna die. Oh my god, no, no, no. Like, getting nervous. Because it was setting it up, just like the comics. And then he didn't die. And I was pissed because that was his death. That's, yeah, Tyrese dying the way he did in the show, amazing. And Hershel took his death, amazing. But I think Abraham's death should have been this way. But then, when it was the cliffhanger for Season 7, and now we didn't know who was gonna, cliffhanger for Season 6, no one knew who was gonna die by the hand of Negan. There was theories saying it was gonna be Abraham. That was like the biggest theory. And then there was the people like me saying it's gonna be Glenn or Daryl because it has to have that fan effect. It has to really hurt you, like it did in the comics. And when it happened and they killed Abraham, I was more pissed because that death belonged to someone more loved. Yes, I love Abraham, but it needed to be Daryl or Glenn because they're like the most loved. Like, it needed to be them. And when it was Abraham, I was pissed. But then when they threw a curveball and it was Glenn also, my heart broke like 50 times because Glenn, everybody loves him. Abraham, I love him, but I was pissed, and now I'm mad at myself for being pissed because now he is gone and he went in an amazing way. And you didn't see him kill, like, people. There was theories, people saying it would be 2 people, but we didn't expect it, especially because he went on with his life and wasn't even talking about that anymore. And it was, oh my god, it was they did an amazing job. Yes, I wish we wouldn't have had to wait all, summer and a couple months, but it was amazing. It was great what they did there. Number 3 is Hershel. Hershel in the comics is a great guy. He's a great father, a religious man, but he's a little bit more, he cusses and he's violent, but he's still a religious man. In the show, he's not as violent, he's not out there cussing, he's a religious man, and he is truly this amazing father figure to the group, to Rick, to Michonne, to his own children, to Glenn. He's just such a welcoming soul. Like, him being on the show made it so amazing. Everything about him. Like, he was a fighter. He didn't care. He was missing a leg, and he was not done fighting. He went out with Michonne. He wanted to go out with the group on the scavenge, but they were like, dude, we'd love to have you, but that is too risky. He was on the council. He fought to the very end. Like, he pulled a gun on the governor. Like, if the governor wasn't the governor, I would have held the gun. But Hershel was a loving, caring man who was gonna fight for the ones he loved no matter what. In the comics, he would do that, but in the show, they made his character so much better. And it was just, you love Hershel. Rest in peace. Oh my god. To the character and the actor. Number 2 is Lizzie and Mica. In the comics, there's these twins called Ben and Billy. They're this guy named Alan and Donna's kids. You kind of get a version of them in Season 3, but we're not even going to talk about them. And the kids that take the place of Ben and Billy are Lizzie and Mica. And Ben and Billy are taken under by Dale and Andrea. In the show, it's Carol that takes them in, and they, Ben and Billy, you see them in the background killing, like, cats and shit, and being weird, but it was literally in the background of comic panels. Like, it would never focus on them. But with Lizzie and Mica, it built it up all of Season 4, up until like an episode or 2 before the finale. We saw them feeding the zombies rats, giving them names. They didn't understand what they were. They fully didn't. Mica started to come around, and you saw Lizzie. You saw that she was sick. And when Carol killed that zombie that she was playing tag with, it was like, why'd you kill her? Why'd you kill her? That was my friend. Da 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 da. Like, you fully got to see these little girls lose their minds. Mica not so much, but you got to see it like you didn't get to see it with Ben and Billy in the comics, and you truly believed it. In the comics, it was like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming. In the show, it was like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming, but like, I could, like, now that you're showing me it, I can see that we should have been prepared for it. And it was just, it was good. We're at the honorable mention here. Farm. Season 2. I love it. Y'all have seen my ranked video of the seasons. I think Season 2 is like number 3. It's number 3 or 2 now in current time. I love Season 2. I think it's, my mom, and who else is it that says, is it Drake? I feel like it's not Drake. Someone else I know says they like Season 2 also, and they don't understand why people hate it. But everybody, Honest Trailer makes fun of Season 2. I don't understand it, because Season 2 was such an amazing story arc. That's all. In the comics, they were on the farm for like 4 issues, not exaggerating, and then they returned to it like for like 2 more issues. I'm not exaggerating. Anyways, let's get to number 1, Shane. At some point somewhere I heard or read that Robert Kirkman rushed the Shane story in the comics because he wasn't expecting the comics to blow up like they have. And so he wanted to get the first story arc out there. He wanted to finish it before it got canceled, which I understand that. But in the comics, it really sucks because they just shoehorn this, like, Shane, yeah, it says weeks had passed and everything, but like Shane got angry and psychotic like that, just so quick. So quick. In the show, you get to see it over at least like a month. And like in the comics, it was 6 issues. And the first issue, you don't even see him. So I think like really you get to see him go crazy between like 5-ish issues, which would translate probably to like 2 episodes. But in the show, you got to see him fully lose it for 2 seasons. I mean, really, it was like, I guess it would really be like how the seasons are now being 16 episodes. I guess it would be like a season and a couple episodes. But either way, you got to see him from over 10 episodes slowly lose his humanity. And you got to see his relationship with Rick beforehand, or his relationship with Lori and Carl beforehand. You got to see that he was the leader, but now Rick's here. You got to see him slowly going crazy. Seeing him falling in love with Lori and Carl, but losing that. Him losing his mind because Lori's pregnant with Judith. Like, you got to see all of that, and it was amazing. His character, played by John Bernthal, was amazing. They really knew what they were doing with Shane, and oh my god, his character is one of the best antagonists in the show that's not even fully an antagonist, and keeping him alive till the end of Season 2 was a super smart decision. That's it for the best 8 changes to the show. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I figure the farm will be a disagreement. But yeah, let me know, everybody. And until next time, mate, you're talking about me? Anyone? Do you know it?